Hello, guys. Hey, guys. Hey. Greetings, High Priestess Jamila. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hold on a minute. Let's get this post shared. Yes. All right. Let's see who's up this early. I know that I think I went to sleep at about what time I go to bed last night. Oh, around. Ooh, I may have went to bed around 9 or 10. No, it was about 11:30 that I went to bed last night, and so here I am. I'm up early for you guys. Welcome to the channel. Make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button if you're new here. And oh, that video that I put up, my promo video. I don't know if it was clear enough, but that special on my 60-minute readings. It's now. It's not on the full moon. It's up until the full moon. So you have until tomorrow at midnight to get a 60-minute reading for only 60. Okay, so that's a $20 discount or special that I'm running. And yeah, take advantage, okay? You can either cash at me or go to the website. Link is below. Okay, so I wanted to come and talk to y'all about how do the spirits let you know that an oppressive spirit has been sent to you, or some kind of demonic entity, or, bad energy. Now, the more sensitive that you are, the more susceptible that you are to bad spirits. So I'm a little confused about why people send stuff to sensitive people when you know that they're going to pick up on it. So it's almost like, some people just like to, mess with who they think is the most vulnerable. Okay, because empaths are the most vulnerable. These people would never ever do that to somebody that they fear. They don't really fear empaths, which make no sense because empaths, they're not weak by any means. Okay, there's a lot of empaths that even practice witchcraft. But how do you know? What are some of the signs and symptoms that you're going to see present? First of all, as soon as something comes into my house, spirits wake me up. I mean, I don't care what time it is. It can be 12 o'clock, 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. My spirits are going to wake me right up and say, you got to tend to this, right? So whenever somebody calls themselves cursing you or, sending you some bad juju or hoodoo or whatever, they send energy. They send spirits, right? So for whatever purpose, whatever intent they tell that spirit to do, it will come to you. And there's going to be signs. Okay, number one, your spirits might wake you up. Number two, your dog might be barking. Dogs are going to bark when a spirit comes into your house. If you have a good dog, most dogs are going to warn you and let you know. Okay, so the dog might start barking if you have a dog. If you have a cat, the cat might start scratching profusely. Things that they shouldn't be scratching, the side of your bed. Even if it's a scratching post right there, the cat is going to scratch at wherever that spirit is at. So your animals will start to, do strange things like, if it's nothing there, they'll be barking at it or they'll be scratching at it. If you have children, okay, it's going to hit the children first. That's if you don't have cats and dogs, your next sign is going to be your children. When evil witches attack families and children, yeah, your babies will start crying. They'll get colic. If you have a newborn baby in your house and you have a witch that is attacking you, the baby may be colicky. Okay, and because colic is just gas. It's kind of a part of breastfed babies typically don't get gas, and so it's kind of weird, especially if you're breastfeeding. And if you're using formula and you change the baby's formula and the baby's still gassy, and no matter what you feed the baby is still gassy, the baby is still fussy. Fussy, crying babies could be a sign that you've either got a spirit, because these spirits don't discriminate against age. They will jump, inside or on top of whoever that they can. So the baby will probably start crying profusely. If you've got older children, they may start arguing and fighting and being kind of like, just weird. Okay. Now, when that happens, the worst thing you can do is to react by doing something to the child, because that's not your children's fault. It's not. You have to be able to recognize when your family is under some kind of psychic attack, or either if it's a spirit that's been sent. Okay. Now, keep in mind, guys, I would say that I destroyed about 98% of the demons. Like, all the demons are gone. The only thing I've sensed is spirits. Okay. Now, another thing is lights will start to flicker. Your lights will start flickering. All of a sudden, you'll start to sense that something is not right. And it's good for you to be in your right mind. Like, for me, I'm a high priestess. A spirit comes to my house. If your home is not harmonious, or if it's chaotic, like, you get up in the morning, everybody's screaming and hollering and fighting, and when they normally get along fine. Your children may be loud when at a normal pace they're calm and they're quiet. Okay. Um, Another sign is your money. You'll start to notice that your money, it'll be kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because an oppressive spirit is going to try to do what? Oppress whatever it can. Whatever it's been told to do, it's going to do it. Okay? Other signs is things being knocked over, glass being broken, all of a sudden, just any kind of glass being broken. That is your spirits trying to get your attention. They're letting you know, hey, something ain't right. Okay, because I break glass, not mirrors. You don't ever want to break no mirror. But I break glasses to break hexes. So, I think that's your spirit's way of trying to break it, because for some reason that broken glass, I don't know what it is about the sound of broken glass. It just shatters, and it makes this sound that I use it, like I said, sometimes to break hexes. Actually, I use broken glass in my breakup work, but I don't really do breakup work anymore unless it's a narcissistic couple that needs to break up. Um, Otherwise I don't do black magic like that. Okay, I don't. It's not worth it. I think that people that practice black magic are very scared. They either have jealousy problems, possible mental illness. Witches can have mental illnesses. They do all the time. And so what you should do now, there's a few other signs, but if you get those signs, this should tell you something, and immediately you got to do something about it, because what that spirit will do is it'll hang out. Can I get a thumbs up, guys? I know that my ratings are disabled, unfortunately, because I got so many haters on here, probably because I'm a real witch. If y'all could hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Did y'all guys like my promo video? Oh my goodness, y'all. Life is amazing. Hello. Anyway. Hey, good morning, Sarah. I've always loved that name. That is such a pretty name. Hey, thank you. So, you know what I would do immediately if I were getting those signs? I would immediately either go to my way of getting rid of that. Now, there's been times where I've had stuff like that come through and I've had to hurry up and do a quick reversal, a quick banishing, a reversal, the elements of a reversal. If you guys want to know about witchcraft, you guys can contact me if you ever need help. But what you want to do is you want to first of all you want to reverse, because what you're doing is you're sending back. And then the next thing that you want to do is you want to banish the spirit. You want to tell the spirit never to come back. And even with me, I can tell the spirit to attack the person that sent it. Okay? Because necromancy is not just about raising the dead or killing somebody, it's about controlling the spirit. Now, depending on how bad the spirit is, it could take you about, it could take some people it takes all day. With other people, they don't have time for that. They ain't got time to be dealing with no spirit all day. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the first thing that you want to do is you want to grab you either some sage, some incense, if you got some blunts sitting around, that tobacco. You don't want to actually inhale the tobacco. I don't see how people do that. But you want to get some kind of smoke going, and tobacco is actually very cleansing. Now, I can tell y'all one thing. I do house cleanings for people, and I can do it from all the way over here. And those Indian tobacco candles, those are amazing. They're brown. It's like a brown candle. It helps to ground everything. But let's say you don't have that and all you have is tea lights. You want to take a couple of tea lights. You want to write down that spirit is gone, that whatever. Because see, this is the begin. Like when you start to sense that, because my spirits let me know instantly when somebody done sent me something. Okay, they do. They let me know. Because my spirit just don't feel right. I can just feel it. And the first thing that you want to do, you want to grab you some smoke. You want to light your you can use incense. But you can they sell sage incense, they sell dragon's blood incense. But you can also use a sage stick, whatever it is that you have, and you just want to go into all of the corners. You want that smoke to touch every corner, because and I'm not joking with you. Spirits hide out in the corners of the wall. I don't know why they hang out in the corners. It's so weird. I think, you know why I think they hang out in the corners? Is because maybe that's the only way they could enter was through that area. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the actual shape, because it's sort of like a triangular type of shape to where it's split. You know how the wall kind of splits? I don't know. But for some reason, they like to be in the corners. So you guys want to make sure that you completely sage your house. Now, if you tell the spirit to leave and it doesn't want to leave, then you need to contact a practitioner. The reason why is because what that spirit will do, or what that entity will do, is it will stay hovering over you and your family. Okay? Oh, thank you, Gucciana. How you doing? How you doing? Um, Now, guys, I'm a high priestess, and bad spirits are afraid of me. I don't know what it is. Little old me is so weird. When I do that exorcism incantation, it is over. It ain't. That spirit is gone. But you also want to call to your deities to get rid of that. Because see, time is of the essence. You know, if people don't. You know why you know why I use the word oppressive spirit, is because we have a lot of people that are selfish. We have a lot of people that are greedy. Okay? Now, y'all know that I believe in indulging. I believe in indulging in life and getting all that you can. So when I say the word greedy, the greed is this. This is when somebody has a lot, but they're still not satisfied. So what they do is they go out there in the world and they hate on other people. I've noticed that even people that have things can be haters. They can be, because money and laptops and flat screen TVs, that don't make somebody happy. What makes somebody happy is being balanced and knowing thyself and knowing who they are. And knowing thyself when you are, practicing any kind of spiritualism is very important. Otherwise, you can have a spirit that will come into you that will make you do things that will harm you. So, knowing thyself is the actual scenario where you may be penetrated by a spirit and you like, wait a minute, this ain't how I normally feel. So you know how you feel, you know how you think, you know how you talk. And if you walking and talking with a negative spirit, then you got to know yourself. You got to know who you are in order to say, oh, wait. Now, if you are a mother or a father, you got to know your children. You got to know your household. You got to know how things normally are. Because you're like, what in the world? Like you ever wake up in the morning and it be some crazy, it be some chaos in your house, and you like, what in the world? And what that thing wants to do is upset you. Because as soon as it upsets you, it can start feeding off of you. It can. And it will. And it will literally screw up either your whole day. Now, guys, I have ran into all sorts of practitioners. I've never ever heard of a practitioner that sends a hex, you send it back, they send it back over and over and over and over and over again. It's because that person is trying to transfer and get rid of their negativity onto you. Again, no one will understand why they do it, because the entity can just be sent right back to, I mean, literally within seconds. Literally, it don't take 10 years to banish a spirit. It don't take 10 years to banish a person. So I don't understand people that just keep trying and trying and trying. If your magic doesn't work, that means that it's not meant to. Stop wasting your time attacking people because you're just being used by a demon. Today, guys, I'm gonna do the Who's Your Enemy readings for each sign. So I'm gonna sit here and record those videos. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and record some videos for you guys to show you who your enemy is and what they up to today. It's curses are not something that you have to fear. Okay, we don't like fear over here. We just keep it real. I let you know what the spirit could potentially do. If the stuff is already manifesting in your life, then you got to do something about it. Because that is the listen, there is a such thing as curses. It is. Period. Okay. I've been doing this for long enough. I grew up cursed. A majority of my lifespan was cursed. So I lived within a curse from the day that I was born until I liberated myself from it. Okay. And so when you've been crossed, because there's a difference between, I think that they all pretty much mean the same thing. But, for me, I can see people's rituals. I don't know why it's so weird. I can see them in real time. I've even interrupted people's rituals before, made them stop because they were doing stupid stuff against me. And really, to be honest with you, I'm a good witch. So, I let my enemies know, you're going to hurt yourself now. I'm going to pray for you. I get that from my father. My father cracked me up one day. He said, I just pray for my enemies. You know what that means when somebody say that? That means you cross me and you're going to have some problems. You're going to need some prayer. Okay? So, um, you know, here's my thing about it. If you are a medium, you are going to pick up on spirits. Spirits are going to be able to contact you. I don't know why. people send spirits to mediums. That doesn't make any sense. A medium should not be a victim of whatever you're trying to do, because they're going to automatically pick up on that spirit and they're going to banish it and it's going to come right back to you. Okay? And so you have to be very careful, when you're doing certain stuff, and people have got to stop getting emotional and doing stuff. I always tell people, unless it directly affects you and your family, and somebody else shouldn't, like somebody else's existence shouldn't affect you and your family. So then what are you doing? You're just wasting that spirit's time. The spirit is going to go to that person. It's going to realize that number one, if it's a psychic medium that is also a high priestess that does exorcisms on a daily basis, damn near, or on a regular basis, that spirit's going to come back to you and it's going to be angry. You got to be responsible with your spirit. You can't. What are you doing? These spirits will start attacking you, and I've seen it. I have seen it. I have seen people. They start out so pretty, and then they just they look normal, and then they just start to carry on the characteristic. They just start looking bad. So if you are a practitioner, you have to learn a better way to handle whatever it is that's going on within you. Now, first of all, I have seen people that just run around. I'm cursing you. I'm cursing everybody. I'm gonna curse you, curse you, curse you. Ain't nobody said nothing to that person. And it's like, how you gonna curse somebody when you can't even get rid of that demon off of your back? It's there. We can all see it. Real psychic mediums can even see the demon's presence right there. So, practitioners that are out of control like that, you need to be careful with them, because they're going to do messy work for you. They're not going to do the correct work for you. Don't go to these practitioners that's running around here talking about, I'm all powerful. What did you do? I attacked an empath and some kids. Stop it. Stop it. Even though I'm very powerful. I mean, if you attack me and survive it, then you got some power. That's just the reality, because my spirits are very mean. And I'm telling you, they are very protective, and they get angry. That Yemi Ya especially, she gets irritable very fast when it comes to dealing with the same person over and over again. That's sometimes how spiritual warfare can end in folks in the hospital, or something else, because your spirits is like, it's you again. Have you not figured this out yet? So be careful with that. Like, I don't advertise curses. I don't advertise curses. For what? That's not what people want. Okay, I understand that there's a lot of people that are hurt and they want revenge against people that have hurt them. Absolutely. But as a practitioner, I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to say, what did this person actually do to you? If you make up a bunch of lies, first of all, I'm going to know you lying. If you come to me and you want me to curse somebody, and you start, because I can tell when somebody's lying to me. Okay, I can always tell, especially if I'm tuned into that person, I'm talking to them. So when I'm doing your readings for you, I do know when you're being completely honest and open with me. And if you tell me to curse somebody, I'm gonna say, well, what did this person do? Oh, I just want to curse them. Not gonna happen. Oh, this person did this, and that, A, B, and C. Uh, Still, now if you have absolute proof that somebody done beat up your child, or beat you up, or whatever, or did something to you, then I won't have a problem with it. But what I will tell you is, I will say, listen, the safest way to go about this is to just send that person's demons back to them, and reverse them, and banish them, and block them from your energy. There's no need to go through all of those other changes, going all off into, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that to you. That's a very emotional witch that is unhappy with herself. Okay? And so keep in mind, these particular witches, They may talk all the time about how your spirits can affect them, but that's because they're covering up and they're hiding how their negative spirits can affect you. Okay? There I have seen so many practitioners and spoke with so many people that have went to practitioners, and their situation just got worse and worse and worse and worse because that practitioner is poison. That in fact, some people are not even witches. That's a demon. And or either it could be a person, but it's been taken over by demons, and it's gotten out of control, and they don't have no control over their own spirits no more. Is what it is, in my opinion. Especially when you're trying to cause destruction, and you can see that your so-called target it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. When I do rituals and stuff, that's why I said y'all got to be careful who y'all deal with. I actually have knowledge of a few of the clients that I've had that and I have a lot of loyal clients, but I can always tell when you're going to another practitioner. Please don't ever do that, and also please don't try to do the work with me. Like, let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll throw things off balance. Because first of all, in order for it, okay, it's if you light a protection candle and you say guiding spirit or Archangel Michael, or Saint Gabriel, please protect me. Okay. See, that's different. That's a lot different than being in a spiritual battle with a spirit. That doesn't mean that the spirit is not out of the house or away from you. It just means that you're protected from it. It's still there. It's still there. And, so protection is only going to take you so far, to the point where you have to get into the more complicated stuff. Okay. 90% of my ritual, well, I don't want to say 90%, 50% of my ritual is meditation. And during that meditation, I'm in another world. I am in the spirit realm during that meditation. And I am fighting with that spirit. And I don't even have to get upset at it. I've noticed that, it's gotten so much more easy for me because I've been doing this for the past 5 years straight. My whole life I've been who I am. So I've been battling spirits my whole life and surviving, even as a little baby. And I'm not the only one. It's a lot of y'all out there too. Y'all the golden child. The golden child is the being that the demons come after. So many of you are in your 30s and 40s or 20s. Y'all think y'all survived because y'all parents was protecting y'all. Y'all survived because you was probably protecting yourself, or either the spirits was protecting you. So for you to be in your 30s and 40s or 50s or even 60s, you are very lucky, because you'd be surprised at the people that have gotten ripped apart by these demons and by these entities, because that's what they want to do. They want to feed off of you. Okay. So witchcraft is much more complicated than I'm going to curse you. That is just a way of, it's much more complicated, especially if you are a witch. Now, I do a lot of work for witches. That's why I told y'all, if you a witch and I'm doing work for you, that's fine, because I do, like I said, I do work for witches all the time. But just make sure that you don't try to do the work with me. Sit down and relax and let me do it, because you gonna mess some stuff up, because as soon as you pay me my money, or you pay the spirits their money, and you pay your money, and you pay your spiritual debt, the spirit is going to start working on that situation for you immediately. So what you have to do is you have to know that it's taken care of, and trust that you have went to the right place. And see, trust is something that you can't necessarily get by having a bunch of people around you. Doesn't mean that you're trustworthy. Trust comes from the spirit. Okay, trust comes up. Trust is something that probably 80% of this world does not have is trust. You can you can move mountains with trust. Okay, when you break down that word, it's a verb, it's an adjective, it's a noun, not a noun. A noun is what's that? It's a verb. Trust is this energy. It's energy. It's very valuable. Not too many people have that. That goes a very long way is having trust. Because when your spirit guides lead you somewhere and you know in your heart that all that struggle is over, all of that pain and strife and anger and jealousy, heartbreak, disappointment, fear. That's the reason why a lot of our parents are going against us right now. Why we got so much narcissism going on with the elders is because they don't feel fulfilled. They don't. They're very disappointed in how their lives turned out, which, I mean, you can tell a person that is disappointed in their life, and they can have the biggest house. Your parents could have a big house and 10 cars. So material items do not make you happy. It's probably best to become happy first and then manifest those things. That way, those things don't define you. If something happens to those things, you'll be okay. For example, if something happened to your house, you're not gonna go into a deep dark depression for 5 years and damn near wanna commit suicide because something done happened to your house. Oh Lord, something done happened to my house. Fix it then. You fix your house and you go and you stay in an extended stay or something. Like what I did. Plenty of people have had to do that. Plenty of people have had to leave their homes for whatever reason, you know, or leave their car on the side of the road for whatever reason. It's just the way that it is. Okay? So, these material items, you know, yeah. Is my audio messing up? Am I still good? Gucciana? Gucci Mane? You basically Gucci Mane. How you doing, Gucci Mane? um, if you listen, the all that chaos and arguing, okay, your husband start arguing with, that's another sign that some heifer done threw something at you. That's an okay, cool, Sarah, thank you. That's another sign. If you and your partner start fighting, that means somebody done threw something at you. Okay, and many witches, because I've actually done breakup work for people, and I've had witches reverse it. So that's kind of the reason why I'm staying away from breakup work, because I did some breakup work for somebody. I was battling a really that thing was I don't want to mess with that thing no more. But even though I will, but I did some breakup work, and the lady that I did the breakup work on, she's a practitioner. She just reversed it. Now I didn't have anything happen to me, but the person that came to me for the work, they were like, it was working, but then, the lady reversed it. And if you come to me and get work done and the person is able to reverse it, that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's time to let go of some of these men. Sometimes you just gotta let go. Mm-hmm. They going nuts, Sarah. What they doing? It's a spirit in your house. It's a spirit in your house. And see, these spirits are there to cause upset. You can't transmute a negative spirit. So if and we're dealing with spirits. So transmutation of energy, yeah, that's possible. That's a totally different thing. But if you have a spirit, you have to banish it. You can't transmute. You can even, sometimes and I don't even, let me not even say that. If a negative spirit comes into your house and you've got a screaming child that's screaming at the top of their lungs, and it's attacking your child, I've actually seen it in real time happen to my son. He'll just keep saying, "Stop it, stop it," and he'll be talking to things that are not there. And Jacob is a medium. People know that. I don't exactly know why, people waste their time and their energy. After 50 years, if you still have to prove your power to people or prove yourself, then something is wrong within yourself. Because why can't you just sit back and relax and chill and just let it come into you? What's the problem? But we got people that like to attack children to show their power. Attacking children does not show your power. Okay? Attacking an adult, that might show your power. If you're able to puppeteer an adult, but a child is very easy and is very frowned upon by spirit. So, in fact, with my apprentices, they come to me already knowing not to do that. But there are some people that will, convince people that this is why you should do that. And no, you shouldn't do that. You should not be attacking or spiritually attacking children or babies. That is disgusting. So I am a practitioner, but I'm not evil and sadistic and, like to, some people like to hear little babies crying. Some people like to hear little babies suffering. We don't do that over here. But if you have a animal, oh yeah, yeah, pulling out the drawers. How is your cat doing that? Dang, you got a bad cat, don't you? That cat is smart. Did you go and look at what's in there? That might be where that spirit is hanging out at. They hang out sometimes in the corners too. And depending on what, because they hide. You know what I'm saying? They hide places. They squat. And so sometimes, when a person sends you a hex, you can cut that stuff off at the head because your spirits are going to let you know something ain't right. Something ain't right. Now, some of y'all ain't tapped into y'all spirits like that. And the reason why is because they done blocked you off. They done blocked your ability to see them. And see, we wide open over here, y'all. Did y'all see that video? I wanted to talk about that yesterday, but I was doing a virus scan on my computer. And I wanted to talk to y'all yesterday about that orb that showed up in that work that I was doing, that I'm still doing. I'm still working on it. Um, did y'all see that spirit? That spirit was obviously hard at work. I mean, it was really, 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 making sure that work manifested. And I felt, when I threw the cards, it was definitely an angelic thing. It was angelic. That's what the answer that the spirits gave me. So it's called the cauldron magic, cauldron water magic. And I put it up like a couple of days ago. If you go and look at the first, probably about 20 seconds, you'll see the spirit. It's actually moving faster than the camera. It's not a camera trick. And then after that, the video kind of messes up. So I was looking, I actually already deleted the original of that video, which I wish I hadn't, but I deleted it because I needed space in my phone. And so I don't know if in the original footage that I took, it messed up. It must have, because I tried to, actually, it was in the original footage. Whatever was going on, you can even see the camera kind of malfunction a little bit and see spirits and stuff. They can cause that. Then you can see faces in the work. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to try to take screenshots of it so that I can point it out to you, because I don't, usually I use my Windows Movie Maker and I'm able to, it's kind of, I don't feel like hassling with this phone, trying to trim video and trying to slow it down and show it to you. but you guys can clearly see it. And so, you know, that lets you know, like spirit let me know. And see, that was work that I was doing with Yin and Ya. Yin and Ya led me to do that cauldron water magic with them voodoo dolls in that water. Okay. So I got about 7 of them in there, steeping in them herbs, and it's gonna also clean out my cauldron at the same time. So we're gonna let that sit for a little while and then pour it out and maybe put some more water in it. Um, but you don't have to be afraid of this stuff. I don't sell my services by selling fear. But what I can tell you is that those spirits, if you get up in the morning, because see, that's when witches are doing their work at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. See, I was asleep during the witching hour. Okay. That's when they usually do their work. And you wake up that morning and you wondering why. Why do I feel irritable? Why do I feel kind of dizzy? Why do I feel off? Right? Right? So some of these spirits are like roaches. They'll go to work with you. So you get up, you take your shower, you drink your coffee, you eat your breakfast, the dog barking, the broom falling over five, it just stuff falling over, just crazy. You burn the eggs, because it's throwing you off, it's hovering over your head. Then you go and you take it to work. Bad thing to do. Clear yourself before you go to work. Now, guys, I'm gonna make them shower sprays. I've been delayed in making my shower sprays because we had some obstacles when finding my place because somebody stole my identity and ran up my credit last year. They either got some kind of loan or something with my credit, and mess up your credit, and then you can't even get a loan. That's what's so unfair about it. That's why they filed a class action lawsuit against some of these credit bureaus because you got people that, hold on baby, get up real quick. Thank you. Okay, you got people that'll steal your identity, mess up your credit, and then you can't even get what you need to get, and the credit bureaus are gonna be like, oh well. So people got tired of that. They sued them. I think either Experian or TransUnion got sued. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off the point. You get up in the morning, you got that. So those shower sprays. Um, I'm gonna make like a smaller bottle. You'll have a smaller bottle that you can carry to work with you, and then you can have a shower bottle so that you can spray yourself down in the shower to get that energy off of you. Because as soon as you start spraying yourself with those essential oils and that water, that spirit gonna immediately detach from you. Okay. Now, some people don't necessarily have time to sage their entire house in the morning before they go to work. Sometimes you have to do it. You don't want it to be roaming around your house because it'll do all kind of stuff. It'll go in your refrigerator. It'll spoil your milk. It'll mess. It just, you want to get that stuff out of your house, okay? And so, but what you can do is spray yourself before you leave and go to work. That way, you're not carrying that spirit with you because when you show up to work, everybody gonna look at you like you a bad spirit. Everybody is, okay? Late at night when I'm carving gemstones, I get wandering spirits stopping by. I see them pass through smoke of the incense. They will, because I believe that smoke allows you, like when the smoke hits that energy, that's how you're able to see it through the smoke. That's why you're able to see those images come through the smoke, because when that smoke hit that vapor, because I feel like entities, they almost look like vapors to me sometimes. And when that smoke hits it, that's when it becomes illuminated and you're able to see it through that smoke. And I've even seen it, guys. I've been saging a corner of the wall, and the smoke showed me the face of the demon, and then it just disappeared. Okay, so the best way to get rid of a curse is to see somebody that is that that is experienced. Okay, now if you are a solitary practitioner, you know about curses. Solitary practitioners are some of the best ones because they don't have anybody there to help with their work except for their spirit guides. And I'm not discounting anybody else, but I'm just saying that it's character building. You know, when you're doing it alone, it's character building. Okay. And then also, it teaches you. You know what I'm saying? It teaches you to learn, how to, take care of self. So I think being a solitary practitioner is amazing. But I do want to erect my coven, and we are gonna do it, y'all. We gonna do it, but I don't want to do a cyber coven. I see witches do that. That's okay. I'm not judging them, but I don't want a cyber coven. I want my coven to actually, see each other and touch each other, smell each other. Okay, because okay, it's we already on, witches already came to the internet, but that cyber coven thing, it's just something disingenuous about it to me because you just really never know a person. You never know who you're talking to unless you see them in person. And for me, it just don't feel right to me. Now you can commune with other people, but I think at some point you got to meet up with your coven members. Otherwise, how are you truly in a coven traditionally? Okay, so but other than that, solitary practitioners, they had to remove curses from themselves without any peanut gallery. Okay. So if you can imagine a person that is able to go through that and survive, with all their beauty. Oh, goodness. I have seen some very beautiful witches. I think all witches are beautiful. Okay. I think all witches are beautiful personally, in my humble opinion, because of the power that they possess and the wisdom. The wisdom is what gives them the beauty. You know what I'm saying? And the energy. Um, I know a lot of y'all women was like, is she trying to seduce me into getting a read for this? I was showing y'all love, man, letting y'all know that. And then also we got that Valentine's Day ritual coming up, guys. But I want to focus on this full moon. So, this is when those spirits get to kicking in. I know that I feel very safe and protected. And as far as with from that full moon, because when them full moon energies come in, guys, it gets very intense. It seems like what the full moon does, it doesn't seem like it's not an illusion. What that full moon does is it heightens your awareness and it intensifies your gifts, so you're able to pick up on, if you got a house full of enemies acting a fool, attacking you, you'll be able to feel that. It's an overwhelming feeling. But if you can't necessarily feel that, like, I'd say, in my experience of dealing with busybodies, I probably feel maybe 3% of what they throw. The rest of it they feel. That's why I said, why the struggle? Why not just do what makes common sense? I personally don't believe in, witch wars. Like, if you have decided that you want to go into war with a witch long term, I think that it's foolish. And I think that you got to be careful doing that because people start looking at you like you a fraud. Seriously. Like, okay, you had a beef with somebody. Okay, let it go. Now, wait a minute. You're supposed to be a witch that's conjuring power, but you're saying that you're a vampire and that you're feeding off of people. Two different things. A psychic vampire can practice witchcraft. It's not going to work. It's going to be very, very weak. But a witch is a witch. And a psychic vampire is a psychic vampire, and a demon is a demon. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When I tell you that somebody is a demon, please believe Jamila when she tells you that somebody is a demon. Some of these people ain't human. Are you kidding me? Y'all be so baffled and perplexed. Well, why you keep you've been trying to figure out if this is a demon. You know it lies. You know it's full of crap. You know it's hateful. You know you know it doesn't care about you. So why would you spend 5 years trying to figure out if it's a demon or not when I already told you it was a demon? Some of the people that's in your life that you meet are demons. Some of them know how to shapeshift. So just because you don't see it don't mean that it's not there. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's a demon. What you doing, baby? Why are you yapping? What are you doing? Are you sleepy? You need to go back to sleep. You so silly. Okay, Jacob wants my attention, y'all, so that's my cue. You know, Jacob gives me his cues. Hold on real quick, okay? I don't know whether or not to banish another spirit or because he's smiling, so it's because as long as he ain't fussing, I'm cool. Okay, he ready to play. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go. I got a child over here I gotta tend to. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Hold on real quick. Sorry, y'all. Y'all see how quickly it is for Jacob to be affected? Anyway, guys. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting him calmed down because, sometimes he gets, in these moods and there's no such thing. My first of all, my son is not autistic. He can talk. Just because somebody experiences symptoms of something doesn't mean that that's what they are. So, I think that what's happening is and then it's some kind of weird black thing. I just called it. That's weird. It's a little black ash that was just floating in the air. All right, y'all. I got him calmed down. If you guys need to consult with me about hex removal, house cleanings, I do house cleanings from over here. I've actually, one of my defense tactics, I've cleaned out my enemies' houses before. So you can do that too because, if you separate your enemy from their demons, then they can't do stuff to you. So I've actually banished entities and spirits, and then I also have had to do protection, banishing. I hate to do that sometimes, but sometimes your enemies don't need the protection that they have because they messing with you, they nosy, they harassing you, and you got to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's all sorts of tactics if you guys need my help in spiritual defense, in particular if you are an empath or a psychic medium. See, real psychic mediums are not running around harassing folks. That's how you can tell if it's a fake witch or a fake psychic reader, because they're not going around harassing people. They're too busy dealing with spirits. Okay. And then also mediums have been given they have been given a specific, or not given, they agreed to a specific purpose on this earth. And so if somebody's just literally just playing around, first of all, when you work with these spirits, they don't want to be played around with and toyed with. And then they really get irritated when they get sent to somebody that knows what they're doing. So anyway, guys, if you guys need me, the link to my website is below. The sale is now. You can get 60 minutes for only $60. My 60-minute readings are 80. Okay, now my 30-minute readings, those are still 40 on the website, 35 through Cash App. But if you have Cash App, you can actually Cash App me your payment. Text me at 770-686-7461, and then I'll get you scheduled. I do readings starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is my window of hours that I do readings. And I highly encourage those of you that are either in other countries to make sure that you contact me early enough, because some of y'all that are in other countries, y'all will contact me at 5 o'clock in the evening, and the time zone may not prevent you, it may not permit you to have your reading done early enough. So then you have to wait till the next day. Okay, because a lot of times I can't drop what I'm doing. I do have a couple of openings still for today, so make sure that y'all get on the schedule for the full moon. Otherwise, happy full moon to you guys. Happy Saturday, and I will see you guys later. Okay, thank you for coming, you guys. Love and light.